Turds like this have got to go.
It happened. It happened, ladies and gentlemen. And I signed that contract, so I will serve my country. But you bet your ass you're going to hear my voice, because I will not stop, I will not rest, and I will not be silent, because this is not an attack on reproductive rights. It is an attack on women in this country.
If you dislike this country, or if you dislike the Supreme Court of the United States, or if you dislike serving the Constitution of the United States, then maybe you should not be in the military. Guys, what's up? Gear issue 33. And yes, we've got something to talk about here, which of course is a departure because I wanted to go ahead and start the new content, but I got to talk about this because social media oftentimes serves a good purpose, and that good purpose is letting us know who the actual turds are out there, who are the people who actually hate this country, and how the hell people really and truly feel, and who they really and truly are. Now, guys, I don't come up here and act like I'm some type of badass. I'm not. I serve with men and women who are badass. I serve with men and women who are actually patriotic. And yes, even some of them do disagree with me when it comes to politics. For example, take this tweet I posted up here about people who vote Democrat that I serve with who actually do still love this country and would actually, of course, I wasn't talking about all of that in that tweet, but I'm pretty sure you guys kind of get the memo here of exactly what I was trying to say. Now, guys, the thing is this right here. I was responding to this TikTok that this girl posted, which, by the way, we're going to go ahead and play the full TikTok here in a second, but I want to go ahead and throw this out here. You see, social media can either make or break you. Now, me personally, I think this girl right here should be booted from the military. I mean, obviously, you don't want people serving this country who deep down inside do not respect or actually honor this nation. Let's go ahead and roll this.
It happened. It happened. I woke up from a nap to this. On deployment. I woke up from a nap to this news. America is waking up to this news. I just extended my contract to continue serving this country a week ago. How am I supposed to swear to support and defend the Constitution and a country that treats its women like second-class citizens? How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to do that with pride? How am I supposed to do that with love and honor? How am I supposed to wake up every day and put on a freaking uniform that says United States Army when the United States doesn't even give a rat's ass about me? It gives more of a rat's ass about the guns they're allowed to buy that kill the children that I'm forced to give birth to. Think about that. Oh, that's so funny. This effect on female servicewomen is an unintended consequence, which means that lawmakers and Supreme Court justices probably weren't thinking about this when they wrote their 213 some odd page report on it, right? They probably were not thinking about this consequence, but it is one. And it affects the very people that those lawmakers hold to a higher standard because they support the troops. Do you really, though? You really support the troops, even though this is going to greatly lessen the retention of women in the ranks of this military? You support the troops even though you are going to ruin some women's careers? I'm deployed right now. And I am a medic, so I know how this works of like, I have an extremely limited access to birth control. Women in the military are more likely to experience unplanned pregnancies. Women in the military are more likely to experience sexual assault. Where I'm at right now, you can't even get an ultrasound without traveling off base. You can't. It happened. It happened, ladies and gentlemen. And I signed that contract, so I will serve my country. But you bet your ass you're going to hear my voice, because I will not stop, I will not rest, and I will not be silent, because this is not an attack on reproductive rights. It is an attack on women in this country.
All right, guys, there's a lot to go through here, but there's only going to be three things I'm going to be talking about. Number one, I'm going to be talking about the whole, they're more likely to experience unexpected pregnancies. We'll be talking about that first. Number two, we're going to be talking about the actual, why it is. This is more and more proof that our military is becoming a lot less apolitical, and that's actually kind of dangerous. We'll be talking about that second. And third, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts on this whole. Basically, what she said was, I kind of can't serve this country anymore. I don't really want to serve this country anymore because women are supposedly being treated like second-class citizens. Don't worry, we'll dive into all three. Oh, and I love how she decided to bring up guns. You know, hon, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's this thing called the Constitution. And in that Constitution, there's this amendment called the Second Amendment. You know, people have the right to bear arms. They have a right to open. They have a right to carry a weapon. They have a right to own a weapon. However, there is no constitutional amendment to abortion, so do us all a favor and spare us that bullshit. Now, guys, I know it was a lot for you to sit through. A whole 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Of course, the TikTok was actually over 3 minutes, but of course, you got to kind of edit things so that way that bar is not there at the very beginning of the video. It's kind of annoying to look at, and I'm a bit, how do I say, a little bit quirky over that right there. Yeah, I know quirky's probably, it would just say funny, was it? Funny is a better word to actually describe it. So, this girl right here, whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce because it's a pain in the ass to actually pronounce, she said a lot of things really right then. Of course, you know, being very, very emotional, being a social justice warrior, kind of, you know, trying to be all woke and whatnot. Of course, you know, what was it? Oh, female soldiers, they stand a greater chance at unexpected pregnancies. Let's talk about that for a sec. Let's talk about that first. First and foremost, the only reason why you would expect an unexpected pregnancy in the military is, I don't know, maybe the fact that you're kind of hoeing around. Maybe you shouldn't be focused on sleeping with other people in the military. By the way, this also kind of reinforces that whole narrative that only women can get pregnant. Of course, the left would have you believe that men could get pregnant, when in reality it's just transgender men who, by the way, still have their their ovaries, their all the female parts are still there. They just pretend to be men. But also something else too to kind of go on top of this, lady. Did you ever think that maybe it was never a good idea to put female soldiers with men soldiers in the combat zone? Did you ever think it wasn't a good idea to do that? Also, something else too, on deployment. How the hell are you getting pregnant on deployment? I just want to know. I understand that these deployments, you get multiple deployments. You can deploy somewhere like, say, Germany or whatnot, be gone for a year, deploy to Japan. It's not exactly a combat tour, but at the same time, though, how the hell are you getting pregnant on deployment? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. By the way, as I said before, though, maybe did you think that maybe it might not be a good idea to put men with women in the actual field itself? Did you think maybe that might have been a good idea not to do that right there? Because guess what the hell could happen? Rape could happen. Oh, that's right, fraternization. And according to this chick right here, pregnancy second. Now, guys, we love this country. We all have the ability to disagree with one another and actually, disagree or agree to disagree, to kind of like let that stuff go. But obviously the radical left, and I'm not so sure this person is actually a radical leftist, but at the same time, though, you kind of sound that way, especially being a bit of a social justice warrior, saying that you basically just said that you did not want to uphold your oath. Now, here's the thing. When you join the military, you raise your right hand, you take an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We can disagree about things, as the way things are here. I mean, it's a great thing about this nation. Of course, the left, of course, is becoming much more authoritarian. You're not exactly allowed to disagree with them anymore. But here is the thing. You took a freaking oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Okay, the Supreme Court made a decision that you did not like. Now, guys, this right here is kind of what I've been talking about in a lot of videos, and I'm a little bit concerned that our military is becoming a little bit more, let's just say it's not as apolitical as it needs to be. You see, me personally, I prefer an apolitical military, a military that's not really truly aligned to anything except the Constitution, except to the people of this country. But of course, as you guys can see, we've got a bunch of leftist woke shitbirds in there that are actually completely unprofessional. They're letting you know who the hell they really and truly are and how they actually feel about you yourself. Do you guys remember that staff sergeant? What was her name? Bronson. Don't worry, I'll leave the video from Jameson Travels in the description box. Now, granted, I thought the TikTok that she was responding to was kind of stupid, but then she came out there saying that that weapon's going to be pointed at you. You see, guys, this is the problem with having so many lefties in our actual military. They're more interested in burning down their own nation than actually supporting their own nation and burning down somebody else's. You see, the purpose of the military is actually to break things, blow things up, That right there is what the purpose of it is. And of course, as I mentioned in part number 1, it seems to me that they're kind of going away from this. Now, guys, I don't want to attack all of one single branch. Every branch has got its good things and it's got its bad things. So don't think I'm over here just blasting the United States Army. I'm pretty sure that there's some woke SJWs in the Air Force, in the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, the Space Force, and of course in the Air. I may have already said the Air Force, but either way, I'm kind of going on a bit of a tangent here. Okay, the fact of the matter is that we're now finding out more and more and more that our military is no longer apolitical. We're now finding out that now they've got some people who actually serve who are openly hostile against the country itself. And to answer this question about second-class citizens, did you know at one point in time women were not allowed to go in the military? Did you know that after women got in the military, they could only have certain select MOSs, certain select jobs? Did you know that after a while, we kind of expanded that so that way women could fly? By the way, I'm okay with women flying planes and blowing stuff up from the sky. I'm okay with that. The only thing I really got a problem with is women being in the actual field serving with grunts themselves, actually being infantry. By the way, you bitch and complain that you wanted that right there. I mean, if anything, you're being treated better than women have ever been treated. You're not being treated like second-class citizens. So spare us this bullshit. Also, something else, too, about this whole, well, I don't think I can uphold my oath. I just re-enlisted this thing, which, by the way, that's pretty much how I took it. Maybe not said it word for word. If you can't uphold the oath to the Constitution of the United States, then maybe your ass just should not be in the military. And, guys, here's where I'm going to conclude at. You see, the thing is this right here. We need a military that's completely apolitical. Now, of course, I mentioned social media at the very, very beginning of this video. The reason why I mentioned social media is because social media can actually be good. You see, I'm glad this person was exposed. I'm glad this dumbass decided to put this little TikTok out there. I'm glad she actually did that, so that way we can know who the hell the shitbirds are. But here's a problem here. You're creating mistrust. You're creating mistrust between the people of this country and its own armed forces. You see, the people of this country need to know that the armed forces has their backs. When I was in, we never had this problem. And by the way, I'm not a badass, okay? I got to say it over and over again. I am not a badass. I serve with men much, much badder ass than I am. By the way, also something else too about this little tweet. I do know men who vote Democrat who actually do still care about the country. It's the leftoid types that really concern me. And by the way, I've been running into a few more of these when they get out of the military. They just don't like the military. They hate the military. They hate the country. Also, something else, too, to all these people who like to come in the comments, like I had 2 or 3 of them, come in and complain about living conditions. Dude, you're in the frickin' Army. I mean, your living conditions are 10 times better than what any Marine would ever have. So do me a favor and spare us the bullshit about living conditions. Men don't want to join the military because the living conditions are bad. Dude, you signed up for bad living conditions, you idiots. Here's where I'm going to end the video at, guys. This person right here, in my opinion, needs to go. Needs to go. Needs to be booted out right away. And I do mean that when I say loss of VA benefits. Here's the reason why. You see, when you join the military, as I've said a couple of times in this video already, you raise your right hand, you swear an oath to the Constitution of the United States, you swear to defend the country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. The problem is that now it looks like the military does not know who the hell the enemies are, or some in the military do not seem to know who the hell the enemies are, which, by the way, really and truly concerns me. We'll do more videos on that in the future. So, yes, I would actually boot this person out. As a matter of fact, all leftists as a whole, they need to be booted out of the military, period. They need to just be gotten the hell out because, guess what? It's pretty obvious they would rather burn down their own country than burn down someone else's. So, yeah, they need to go, and I would also not give them their VA benefits as well. Guys, Gear Issue 33, if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sign off in the comment section. We'll get you guys' thoughts, and I'll see you guys later.